Time to talk about the lingering debate that is Premier League games being played abroad. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another video. Yes, today's video is going to centre around interesting comments made by Liverpool Chairman Tom Werner in regards to Premier League games being played overseas rather in their home country. This has been a debate that has been lingering in the background for a while and has often been brought up at specific moments throughout the course of the last few years in particular. But again, the debate has seemingly reared its head because of these comments that Tom Werner has made and has been brought to light today. We're going to be talking about these comments. We're going to be talking about the overall debate. We're going to be talking about my personal opinion as well. But without further ado, we'd like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you're new. Both things are always very greatly appreciated. Get involved in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, your comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. That make for great interesting reading, I'm sure, down below. Please do get involved. I'm sure you have a lot of interesting things to say on this particular matter. Use and abuse that comment section to your will. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. Let's talk Premier League games being played overseas. Like I say, this has been a debate that's been lingering in the background for a while. And it's been heavily talked about in other leagues. You know, the Spanish league. And it's no surprise when that league is pretty much being ran by Florentino Perez, who's always looking for some sort of business opportunity to make even more money than he probably already has. There are other leagues out there that are looking into this as well. It's not just the Premier League, we know that. But the Premier League is obviously one that has obviously huge opportunity to make this big. Obviously, it's the most watched league in the world. It is the biggest in terms of commercial revenue and things of that nature and financial gain for everybody involved. So it's only natural that this conversation is had. The only issue is that it's completely stupid if this was any way, shape or form to go ahead. And once again, we are having this debate because of an American ownership, and obviously the hierarchy within it is, of course, talking about this particular topic again. Tom Werner, Liverpool chairman, has brought to light some comments in regards to one day maybe that particular dream of theirs becoming a reality. His comments today read, and the ones that are buzzing around social media read, that he's determined one day to have a Premier League game be played in New York City. I would even have the sort of crazy idea that there would be a day where we play one game in Tokyo, one game a few hours later in LA, and one game in Rio. One game a few hours later in Riyadh, and make it a sort of a day where the Premier League is celebrated. Now, sounds lovely. Sounds nice having that kind of day where the Premier League is celebrated. But wouldn't it be best to be celebrated actually in the home country of the greatest league in the world, of what we pride ourselves on being the greatest league in the world? Wouldn't it be better to have a 12 o'clock kickoff, followed by a 2 o'clock kickoff, followed by a 4 o'clock kickoff, followed by a 6 o'clock kickoff, followed by an 8 o'clock kickoff on those games? Wouldn't it even be nicer to quit the 3 p.m. blackout of Saturday games and just have us be able to watch our team, or a Premier League game if our team's not on at 3 o'clock, just by watching a Premier League game at 3 o'clock? Wouldn't that be nicer than that? Of course it would. But guess what? They're not fans, so they don't get it. They're not fans, so they don't get it. They just see it as more money-making and business opportunities that await them overseas. And he's not talking about just places in Europe. He's talking about places beyond Europe. So it's not fair for fans in this country as it is. It's not fair on fans that have to get to games on away days. It's not fair that have to go for fans on home days. He's talking about them having to travel, if they can even fill out them kind of stadiums without the numbers over there. And let's face it, teams like Liverpool, teams like Man United, teams like Arsenal will have no problem in filling out stadiums over in America, over in Brazil, over in Japan, or wherever else he was talking about. They'll have no problem in doing that. Other teams will have a problem. And this is worrying to me because this is Super League talk. This is basically what they wanted the European Super League to be. And Liverpool were one of the founding members. So it does kind of worry me that this talk is being prepped again. It's horrible and it's not fair on the fans. It'll be okay for the fans over there, but it won't be so good for the fans that are obviously the homegrown ones, the ones that live in the city, the ones that live in the actual country. It's not fair on them. It's not fair on them. Games are already difficult to watch, as I previously mentioned before. And games are already difficult to go to as they are currently with the financial state of travel, the financial state of ticket prices rising, without you having to drag it all the way over for a Premier League game or multiple Premier League games over to a different country that may be in a different time zone, a different state, a different continent altogether. It is ridiculous to me, and I hate that this debate is rearing its head again. And I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of these money-greedy owners trying to dictate what our league is, trying to dictate where the direction our league should go, because they tried it a few years ago with the Super League, and luckily enough, it was stopped. It was stopped before it could get any worse. But they're seemingly determined to make something like that happen. They are seemingly determined. And look, don't get me wrong. On paper, it looks fascinating. It looks fascinating on paper. You know, the likes of a Liverpool versus Bayern Munich, or a Liverpool versus Real Madrid, or a Real Madrid versus Manchester United, or Man City against the Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man City, Barcelona, all in that sort of league, whatever combination you want, playing in different areas of the country in a Super League. It all sounds rather nice. The issue is that after a season or two, that kind of spectacle will wear off. That kind of spectacle will not be as fascinating as what it once was. You put this kind of thing into it, where it's Premier League games in different cities that are already difficult to access and watch over here, even though they are played over here. It only drives away fans more. It only drives away fans more, things like this. Things like this, whether it's going to happen or not, you talking about it isn't going to help. But it's already not going to go down well when you've got ticket prices that are rising, travel fees that are rising. You've got broadcast fees for the ones that want to watch it at home that are rising. And then you're going to add more to the schedule, more like this, elsewhere. For the match-going fans, for the home fans that will obviously have to go to to see how they're going to watch it from a different time zone as well. It's just not ideal. It's not ideal for the fans involved. But of course, like I say, they don't care about the fans. It is just absolutely stupid in my opinion. And, you know, like I say, I think the sad thing is they may get their own way one day. They may get their own way one day. Even if it's something a little bit smaller. Even if it's like, say, taking the Charity Shield or something over to America, over to Japan, over to Brazil, over to Australia, wherever they want to play it. It's going to be something like that. They're already... I could be wrong when I say this, but isn't one of the Spanish games played in... And I think it's like the Spanish version of the Community Shield. Isn't that played in like Abu Dhabi, or hasn't that been played in Abu Dhabi before? I could be wrong, and I could be completely wrong in the destination, but I want to say it was played in somewhere like that, or somewhere Saudi Arabia like. I'm not 100% sure. I could be 100% wrong and being stupid on that, but I think I remember, or at least there was talk about that happening. I'm not 100% sure whether that actually took place or not. But either way, it can't happen to the Premier League, and it must not happen to the Premier League. And the fact that, you know, as annoying as it is, it's an FSG guy, it's a Liverpool guy talking about it. One of the founders of the Super League that wanted it, he still wants that kind of scenario happening in our league. To me, it's just so wrong. It's just so stupid, and I just hate what football is becoming when this kind of thing is raised. I like the debate around it, and don't get me wrong, on paper it looks decent, but again, it's not taking into account the fans. It's not taking into account their wallets. It's just exploiting them and milking this cash cow for as much as they could possibly get. And like I say, when you have things happen in football where they talk about fans and how fans are being driven away from the sport, it's because things like that. It's because things like raising prices for broadcasting rights. It's for things like raising ticket prices and things of that nature. That's what's driving away fans. Nothing to do with the football, the amount of it, the quantity of it, or even the quality of it. It is to do with talks like this. It's to do with all of them things that I've talked about in terms of pricing and financial gain for the people in power. And it's a joke. It's absolutely ridiculous. But there you have it. Those are just my thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to talk about on football matches, Premier League games being played abroad, away from their parent nation. I want to know what you guys think and feel on this. Let me know your thoughts, your comments, opinions, predictions, feelings on this particular topic down below. I'm sure it'll make for interesting and great reading. Otherwise, hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. Both things are always incredibly greatly appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I will see you and speak to you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. Speak to you again very, very soon.